Kindergartners, today we are going to fly. We're going to do the introduction to chapter 2 as well as doing lesson 2.1. So get your books, pencil and eraser, and you also will need your counters for when we get to chapter 2. All right, guys, see if you can find this page in your book. It should be the next page that you haven't done, and it's the beginning of chapter 2. Compare numbers to 5. That means numbers from 0 up to 5. Now down here, butterflies have taste buds in their feet. So they stand on their food to taste it. We don't do that, do we? We can't even see the butterfly's feet in this picture, can we? But are there more butterflies or more flowers in this picture? That's basically what we're going to be doing in chapter 2, comparing when are there more and where are there less. So here, when you take a look at the butterfly, you can see in this picture, we just have one butterfly. You can definitely see one flower here that they're on. You can see another flower up here, one down here. This one back here is kind of fuzzy. Over here, this might be another light colored flower like this one here. So take a look and think about that. How many flowers, how many butterflies, and which one has more? All right, boys and girls, here, these are different types of lunch boxes. And you are going to draw an apple in each lunchbox. Whoops, sorry about that. So you don't have to draw perfect apples, just kind of a squished circle with a little stem on top. So take a look at this. We're drawing one for each lunchbox. So this is not one for each lunchbox here because this lunchbox doesn't have an apple. And we're not going to put an apple here because there's no lunchbox. All right, boys and girls, right here for number 2 in the sunshine, model numbers 0 to 5. Here you have the number 3. You can see it's telling you you need to trace that 3, so go ahead and do that. And then we're going to put counters in this 5 frame to model this number. Now, of course, we're going to start with red, right? Because yellow is going to be the second one that we switch to. Here we start with red. I'm not going to put that many counters because that's not this number. I'm not going to put this many counters because that's not this number. I'm going to put this many counters. Then I'm going to circle, trace each one of them, and color them red. Down here, just write numbers 0 to 5. So count the ladybugs, write how many ladybugs. Count the bees, write how many bees. Now on this page, vocabulary builder. So you can see our vocabulary words here are the number words. I bet some of you guys recognize these. This is one that we worked on yesterday. Do you remember this one that looks like on? One. You can see it's here with one horse. Here, how many ducks? Well, 2 ducks, of course, and there's the word 2. How many ducklings? 5, of course, and here's the word 5. How many sheep? And this is the word 3. We haven't studied this TH yet. We're going to do that before the year's out. It says, and here again, 3 cows. And 4, what are there 4 of? Now you could actually find multiple things of 4 here because you could see 1, 2, 3, 4 corners of the yard. You could see 1, 2, 3, 4 corners of the door. Any rectangle, any square is going to have 4 corners, but I bet what they mean is 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. Now, boys and girls, on this next page, we're not actually going to play this game. If you want to play this game with your parents, the directions for it are down here. So your parents can read the directions. You certainly have the materials for it if you want to. You have a cube that has the numbers 0 through 5 on it, and you need counters. So if you want to get that cube, it looks like one of the dice that we have in our classroom, kind of, except instead of dots, it has these numbers on it, the numerals. So if you want to get that and play this game with someone, you absolutely may do that. But now we're on to lesson 2.1. Right here you can see lesson 2.1, same number. So boys and girls, this is why we're doing a little extra today, because today's is kind of getting us ready for the rest of chapter 2, and it's pretty easy. Because take a look right here. Look at these counters. You know this is the same number of counters. Actually take counters and put them on top of the counters in the drawing. And show yourself how these counters really do match up. So right here, oh my goodness, there we go. This counter matches to this one, and this counter to this one, and this one to this one, and this counter to this one. Actually draw those lines, showing how those counters match up. Then on the next page, you're going to count the cars and put a counter in the 5 frame for each car. So one car, one counter. Another car, another counter. Another car, another counter, another car, another counter. So you know how many that is. We've practiced subitizing this number in class a lot, so you should just be able to look at that number and know what it is because we've subitized it so much. So go ahead then, trace your counters, color them red because we're not doing yellow right now. All right, same thing down here. Put a counter. And we'll go ahead and use yellow for the second set because that kind of goes with the other one. A counter for this puppet, and for this puppet, and a counter for this puppet, and a counter for this puppet. Trace those counters, color them yellow. If you need to, go ahead and pause the video anytime you need to be able to catch up to me. Now, boys and girls, we're going to take a look at this. Here we have these counters up here for the cars, just like we did on the previous page. Do we have more red and fewer yellow? Do we have more yellow and fewer red, or are they the same? Well, this is an easy lesson, right? Because it's about same numbers. So go ahead and draw those lines, connecting them. We don't put a line here because we don't have a counter here. Next page, move your counters off. Here we go. Now, here, we're going to compare these without using counters. We're just going to compare them using our brain. Let's see if I can get, oh, I can't quite get all of them into the picture at once. All right, but we can count them up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and write that number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and write that number here. And then the question is, compare these two numbers. When we compare them, we know this is not bigger, this is not bigger. These are the same. Not too tricky, right? Turn it over to the last page. Here, count how many buses. Write that number of buses. Then put out that number of counters. One counter for each bus. Trace and color. Write that number of counters. And draw the lines to match them up. Now here, you choose what you're going to match up. You make a set of something. You can pick how many it is, and then make another set that has the same number. So let's say maybe I want to choose the number 4, and I'm going to put 4 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want to do another set. Let's see. Maybe I will make capital Fs. So I'm going to make 4 capital Fs. I have 4 stars. I have 4 capital Fs, and I can draw lines to show, I need to sharpen my pencil, to show that they match up together. Now, boys and girls, it does say down here in the directions for the grown-ups, tell a friend about your drawing. So it would be awesome if you actually went to an older brother or sister, grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, some other person there at your house and told them about how you drew that many and this many. They match up to show the same number. All right, boys and girls, that was a lot of pages, but nothing very challenging for you because, I mean, you guys already know all that stuff. What we're doing is going through some procedures to make sure that everything is really clear and firm so that when we proceed on to doing harder things, this stuff about bookwork and understanding what they're giving us to do in the directions is easy peasy. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.